So today, it feels like practicing not doing what you don't love, if that makes any sense. You know, there's going to be things in life that are tough to complete, like they're going to take some grit, like when you're running or climbing something or certain jobs or projects or whatever. But you still love doing them. And the energy today was like, stop doing what you don't love doing. Like anything. Because any little thing that you're doing that you absolutely don't love isn't adding. Even people. You can love people but not like how they treat you, and that's the same thing. You can always be kind, but you're removing. You don't have to anymore do those things. You're training your body for just things that you love, that bring you joy. Even if they're difficult tasks to complete, they still fill you up. That's a different. So just observe yourself and really ask yourself if you like, do I like this? Do I really like this, or I'm just doing it because I feel like I have to? Like the underground motivation. I was thinking about that yesterday. You know, people who go to counseling courses or they go to get help, but not because they think that they need it, because they're doing it for someone else. Maybe they're doing it for their partner, or they're doing it because they don't want to lose their children, that connection, or they're not really doing it because they themselves want to be healed. Now, I'm not saying it's not good to the creator want to change, but changing for others really isn't it. So this is, I love this, I don't love this, not beating yourself up about it. It's like, I don't love that. I don't want to do that. I'm not, because sometimes you're just not ready for it. You're creating a new you, and what you're keeping in is what you like. And it has nothing to do with what other people think. It's rebuilding you. It's the unseen. It goes on from yesterday, because I really felt, this is a weird thing to say, but I realized, because, you know, a lot of things were shown to me, like we're all programmed, right? And this isn't against our parents, because they program us the best, what they think is best. But a lot of times it's not, maybe you get a weird feeling, you don't understand what love is, because maybe it's only based on sacrifice, or maybe you don't really know what you like, because every time you did what you liked or were yourself, you got punished for that. Or maybe, like, it can be lots of different things, but you maybe didn't. This was what happened yesterday, because all these things came out, not just with me, but with the people I'm living with too. And I started to laugh, because they were all mirroring these things since childhood. And it's not blaming anything. It's just giving yourself time and space as an adult to really understand who you are, what you actually like, hearing yourself. This is creating the unseen. These are the unseen parts of you that maybe you don't forgot. So today, and don't kid yourself, because yesterday I was so aware of how I brainwashed myself about people or situations that I actually don't like. And I've done that my whole life. And now I just say, it was a tactic I used to do, you know, turn everything, because you're stuck in that situation. So make the best of it and learn from it. And now I'm very much like, I actually don't love that, or I don't love how that person treats me. I still appreciate them, I still respect them, but I don't put any effort in, because I don't like that. And that's okay for me to not like it. In fact, I realized most of my life, if you keep allowing that into your life and brainwashing yourself, you will have lots of people in your life that will like you because you're willing to supersede your own boundaries. You probably didn't even know they were there because depending on how you were raised, your boundaries were weak, right? And they had to be because that was a survival mechanism. Go along to get along. And maybe when you stood up for yourself, you were crazy, you know? I don't know why I'm saying that, but unless we heal that, we just keep doing the same thing. And I think you get to choose what you want now. Innermost knowing, mystic truths. I think we're cutting out what we no longer love. And it's scary. It's scary to go against what is in your brain. Yeah, that's what's led to that 4 cups holding back, because you kept choosing the fucking wrong cup over. That's the wheel. Okay, this will be good. This is good. I'm so freaking, every time I do a reading, I'm so hot. So today, please, I implore you, everything, if a tree catches your eye or a drive or anything, everything you do, ask, do I really like this, or is this just something I've convinced myself I like? Or, yeah. We have this thing where things are tough, but I've seen enough relationships now that I understand that people who have common values and things that they want together, it's not hard. And that doesn't mean, two people could be complete assholes and love being together. It's just finding those people. Finding the people who connect to you personally. That's why there's so many different relationships. Ooh. Page of Cups. Moving past regret in the past. Past regret in the past. This is a whole, I felt it yesterday. I felt it so strongly. And then it was mirrored to me with all the people who are around me. This real waking up of this part of us that we've been denying. And I love that it came out in the reading, and then it was weird how we mirror each other so closely to whoever you're with. There's no point being mad at the circumstance. It's just showing you what you don't want to see, good and bad, about yourself, right? But this is the perspective we're getting now about why there's so much pain, because you were actually never even had a good concept of love. You kept running. Oh, wow. I guess a lot of people may have never really felt love. And so then you're trying to create something out of something you do not have and have never seen. Or maybe you came from a family that you had no money or whatever, and then you're trying to create something you've never seen, so you don't know the vibration of it. And now all of a sudden today it's going to break through, because you're going to notice that you know the vibration of it, but it's on tiny little minute things, and it's going to grow as you continue to go down that path, right? Mysticism. I love how the puppy, every time I do a reading, sits on my feet. Okay, universe, what are you speaking to us here about? Cutting out the 10 of Swords. This cycle's ending. That's why this is happening. You have to actually, Okay, so your nervous system is coming out of fight, flight, or freeze if you desire for it to. And the way to do that, is this unconditional love over top of that 9 of Swords, is loving yourself. And I feel that I'm actually out of that now. My nervous system is calm. And once it's calm, anytime anything comes into my life that causes me that fight, flight, freeze scenario, now I'm aware of it. I don't react to it anymore, but I don't keep myself in it. I keep my space. I understand, I understand what that is. I think I was just in it my whole life, so I didn't understand. I'm no longer in it. I'm safe, I'm happy, I feel love, and I hope every single person does. And it starts by really moving away from everything that's really keeps jostling you, and people will say, oh, that's just a trigger or whatever, but you have to get calm first and balanced first, and then you can you can go back and feel it. But if your nervous system is like kicking off, you don't even know what that is. Is it the person? Is it, you have to get that. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. You can't work until your nervous system is calm. And then it's kind of like when you fast. That's totally what it is. Okay, when you fast, you clean your body out and it feels so good. And then everything you eat, you know the reaction of how your body, does it like it or does it not like it? And that is what happens when your nervous system calms down. For me, it's happened like that. Like, I haven't gone to school for this. I'm just watching myself. So I took everything out, and now I know. And now I know what is reacting, what I'm reacting to, and why. And a lot of things, I was just putting myself in positions with people I didn't like how they treated me, or I didn't like their values, or I didn't align with who they were as people. And that's okay. But I realized this whole kicking toxic people out, I think it's silliness to me personally, because I think that if you have inside yourself, you just are no longer vibrating with that, you're not really moved by it. Like, you're not giving any energy to it because you've changed. So change yourself, and then see how many toxic people are around you. That's what I would. And don't be a person, because I think we've all done this, where you think that, I don't know what it is, if your worth or value is lower, or you've only been around certain types of people in your life, you have to actually step away from that and get centered before you step back out. 3 of Swords. Wow. And as soon as I start talking about this stuff, it makes me heavy. And that's why we have to play. Play. Not like, yeah, play. Be yourself. Find out what you love. 3 of Swords. Got the other deck. Okay. What is this 3 of Swords on the Creator? Wheel of Fortune. Your pain is propelling you forward. What hurt you once, you actually got it. You got the lesson. You know what you love. You're not convincing yourself that you love it. You're not just liking everybody. You're like, actually, that person, because it's not a put down to the person. They probably don't like you either. That's the truth. Father of Wands. You're not falling for that puffed up big daddy. The insecure people who puff themselves up. And we've all been it. So, yeah, I've been that. Everyone I know has had moments of that. But I mean, the people who live that way, they're selling you on a dream, or they're all puffed up in their ego. They think they can treat people however they want. They look down their nose at them. You're kind of done with that shit and trying to like make some, there's no compromise. That's energy is not in your life anymore. Yeah. Ten of Swords and the Ten of Swords. That's great. It's ending it. It's ending it. You're no longer being convinced of that people are better than they are. You can actually trust your own instincts, and you listen to something, you're like, actually, I don't like that, or I don't like how I feel around that person, and that is okay. That's good. I'm glad I listened to myself. I don't have to ask why. I just don't feel good. I don't need to do it. I don't have to do it. I'm an adult. I don't have to say yes. I don't have to hang around with family I don't like. Oh. Wow, mirroring exactly from the end to the end. The broken heart, broken heart. And this has turned you into the high priestess. That's what it's not turned you into it, but you have deep intuition. You can see through bullshit, man. With love, like without condemning or judging, you can just see through it now. And you don't have to, you can trust it. You can trust that intuition. You can trust that you see what's hidden. Ah, that's great. That's great. So the training today, fucking just do what you really like. Do not, we were practicing this last night with a good friend who has trouble saying no, people pleasing, and always being kind to everyone. But you're not being kind to yourself, right? You're giving all your energy away and you don't even know yourself at the end. Daughter of Cups. And so practicing just being like, actually, I don't believe that, or no, I don't want to hang out with you, or, you know, actually, that's not my responsibility, or who the hell am I? What do I want to do? I want to go mushroom picking right now, or, you know, it's really putting yourself in that place that you matter, because whether you're trying to control your outside or circumstances, and people pleasing is part of that. You're trying to control everything outside you. But it's inside you that you're really looking for. And people do, you know what? You start attracting way better people. You really do. And then when someone says something to you, or you see certain dynamics, it doesn't even touch you. You can say whatever, the clarity. Yeah. And judgment. Wow. Sword and the sword. It's strong no's. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like how I feel around that person. No, I don't like that food, actually. No, I don't want to work for that company. No, those are not my values. No, I'm not going to help you right now. I have to look after myself. No, I don't like how you treat me is a big one. You know, you don't even have to say that to a person, but you don't have to do that. You don't. At work, yes, you have to be kind, but you don't have to constantly put yourself in situations that are not healthy or good. You do not have to try and make things better than they are. That's not your responsibility. It's not. And I know that for myself now. And you know what? You're always open to hearing everyone. If we love people, we are open to hearing how they hurt. And we can't fix that, but we will listen, because that's what love does. We listen, we have compassion. And anybody you're around who doesn't care if you're hurting when you try to communicate, that's a good indication, guys. Do you love that? Maybe you were trained to love that. But when you really sit down, what does your gut tell you? Like, what does it feel like, really? Feels like poop. I don't know why I said that. It feels like crap. You know, the people who set you up to reject you, the people who say, like, you know what I mean. Anyone, if anyone hears this, they know what I mean. It's like the bullshit. My glasses are fogging up. I'm so hot. Holy crap. My glasses are fogging up because I'm so hot right now. Every time I do this, I don't know why, I'm freezing and then I'm hot as hell. Whew, okay. I don't know why I was going to say death to pretentiousness. No idea why that came out. Okay. Woo-hoo. Okay. Universe, what else do we get to look for today? We're choosing what we love today. We're choosing what feels good. Death and rebirth. Okay. We are bringing justice because justice is choosing ourselves, not by, it's just liking ourselves and choosing what we like. It's so funny how, there's a million things. This burden is not yours. There is a burden placed that you are carrying, and it's not yours to carry. You're not supposed to carry anyone but you and your children if you have them when they're children. Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love here. That's what I feel. It's covering over that. Okay, anything else? What are we looking for? Manifesting out of love. Manifesting. Oh, the Empress just popped out with what? Yeah, a new perspective. Okay. This is you taking your power. Ultimately, I don't think a lot of us even knew. Depending on how you were raised, you're just following what you were told, what was acceptable or not, or you fought against it and then you just looked like the crazy one. Whatever. We all choose different paths. But this is you actually really understanding what you love, how to love yourself, who you are, what you stand for. And it's coming out of chaos. It's like really coming out of chaos. And it's not coming out of chaos like a lot of people come out of chaos in their life because they've just controlled the whole fucking narrative. They've done everything and not necessarily with heart. It's just a program. And it's like, I've won because I followed this program. And in a sense, yeah, 3D wise, you can win that way for sure. But generally, it's without heart, without real love or compassion or whatever. That's why like a lot of people with, I'm trying to think, unempathetic, compassionless people get so far in life. We're all like, oh, that's what we want to be. And then, really? That's what we want to be? Oh, I just ran by. Oh, another cat. I've never seen that cat. A balance. This is a balance from when you're a child. Please, 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 today, listen to that little part of you. Or the teenage part. I was doing that last night. I was a terrible teenager. I screamed and yelled and felt like I was going to die. I was so insecure inside. And it came from trauma, of course, when I was a kid. And I never could talk couldn't say. And I was so confused. I didn't understand people at all. I never did. I didn't understand why people lied all the time. That's what I thought anyways. And, or why one person would say one thing and then they turn around and be nice to someone. All that stuff. I didn't really get it. And yet the whole world works like that. And everyone thinks someone else is doing it and never, I don't know. It's weird how we can't see ourselves a lot of times. But if you see it in others, I sit there and I really contemplated that. And then I was like, well, you can't really trust. Everyone has the capacity to not be there for you. Everyone has the capacity to turn on you. And that's just how life is. And yet you still open yourself up and you still trust and you walk it through. The thing is I think a lot of us, We're just running on faulty programming, right? Okay, so what's this the Empress has a new perspective. That's what it feels like. Okay, what are we looking for today? Creating from the unseen, cutting out all the bullshit on our head. The Magician again. Okay, so, and the sun is out. You're walking away from what didn't work. You're creating. This is full creative energy. So how that could be anything. That could be in what you say to people. Watch your words, watch your actions. Watch what you're thinking about. Make sure that every thought you think you're liking. And if it's something hard comes up, like, bring up the feeling, fucking feel it. Don't be scared of it. If you want to blame someone else, look at why. And because it's something about you. To be honest, it's always about us. It always comes back to us. It's not being selfish to say that. We're just, mostly everything we think about other people somehow comes back to us. And if it's not good, it's probably something that you're trying to project onto someone else. Like, even if you're with someone who's like, what is it? Who has no empathy or compassion and is just completely self-absorbed. And you want to blame them for you being there. Why are you there? That's the question to ask yourself. Why are you doing it? Why do you keep, and I think for a lot of us, a lot of people in our life, we've been thinking that we were working for the greater good. And I don't think that works unless everyone has empathy in the situation and care. So if you get half the people only are looking out for themselves and they're just convincing the other people, that's a whole different thing. And we see that in society all the time. We need to be aware of those situations. And it's not like you're not going to fall into them. You're going to fall into them. Of course you are. That's how we learn. Fall into. And sometimes you are that person for whatever reason. You've been hurt, so you've acted out your trauma. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Oh, I just want everyone to find. Why am I going on so long? Okay. The creator in yourself today. Start creating that. This says working with other people, but I don't feel that. Ooh, as soon as I said that. No, it's of course. This is what it looks like to me. You were working with other people, and then you took your pentacle and went off on your own. I think that's exactly what's happening. And this is the 8 of Cups again. You're walking away. Clarity for what didn't work. So today, the game. That's the game. Only what I love. And if you do something and you realize you don't love it, just acknowledge it. Thank you.